Welcome back for another weekly reading update. So here's all the books that I read this last week. I finished A Fire Endless. This is the second book in the Elements of Cadence duology by Rebecca Ross. I really enjoyed this conclusion to this duology. I felt like it really was a perfect ending for Jack and Adara's story. If you're looking for like Scottish mythology kind of lore, beautiful, lush style, lyrical prose, this is just beautiful. I love the way that Rebecca Ross writes, and so this was really just a beautiful conclusion. A 4 out of 5 star duology for me. Legendborn by Tracy Deonn. This is so criminally underhyped in my opinion. I don't think enough people are reading this. I know now that the third book in the series, Oathbound, has come out, a lot more people are starting to pick this up, and I think everybody should be reading this. This is a great YA fantasy. It's got like a love triangle in it. It's got this Arthurian, which is like King Arthur kind of magic system in it, and just root magic and blood magic, and it's just so freaking cool. Really, really highly recommend y'all picking this up. Mask of Mirrors. I gave this 3.75 stars, and I feel like that was kind of generous. The biggest issue with this was I felt like I was having to go to the glossary a lot. Like, it was just word vomit for like the first 150 pages. It was like, oh, here's a new word, and here's a new word. And so you're constantly just having to go to the back of the glossary and be like, what the fuck is this? Oh, okay, cool. Like, nothing was explained very well in my opinion, and that just really, it took me out of the story. And for me, that was my biggest issue. Now that I understand the magic system in the world and terminology that's used, I feel like maybe I can enjoy like the second book more. I don't know if this trilogy is going to be for me or not, but it is Venetian inspired. You have like mask, you have a heist. You have Rin, who is like from like the slums. She refers to herself as like a river rat. You have a lot of political intrigue. You have like these masquerades, tarot inspired magic system, and celestial kind of star magic system. So it is interesting, but like, this is not a book that I would recommend doing on audio. Like, I got this as a Libby hold for audio, and I couldn't enjoy it because I was being taken out of the story because I was like, what is this word that they're using? Like, what is this? And then I would have to go to the glossary, figure it out, and then I'd be like, okay, well, this is a physical read, 100%. I feel like I was kind of generous with my rating of 3.75. I think I would give it more of like 3.5. I like that there's multiple point of views, so you get a really well-rounded point of view system of the world itself. Like, you have Rin, who's kind of the main character, and she's a con artist, and she's trying to pull off this heist for House Trimentis. You have these other point of views for House Trimentis. You have the mother, you have the daughter, you have the son, you have this other like crime lord who is Vargo, who's also like an entrepreneur, and he's also has this like voice inside of his head. It is high stakes, it is found family, it is queer normative, so that is like one of the biggest pluses of this book, is for it being like the time and era that this book is like written in, for it to be queer normative. I love that aspect of this book so fucking much. Those are the books that I read this last week. What did you guys read?